city needs its protector now, more than ever. The crime level in the city has surged, an evident consequence of your absence.
I must continue to protect these people no matter the cost. Gotham may have changed, but my mission remains the same. It's not just about protecting the innocent anymore. It's about reminding Gotham that there's still hope, even in its darkest hour.
You think you're the hero Gotham needs? You're just a fool clinging to outdated ideals.
When I was talking with the gentleman from Belcom, and we were discussing the lie, everything he was telling me was different from what we were being told was the truth. And at one point I asked him, I said, man, you guys, you lied about a lot, didn't you? And instantly he said, no, we didn't lie about certain things. We lied about everything. None of it was true. I really don't think people realize how deep the lie goes.
Space, a final frontier.
Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement.
In a bid to catch up in the AI race, Meta is building its biggest and most ambitious AI data center in Richland Parish, Louisiana, one of the poorest regions in the United States.
It's a $10 billion bet on Northeast Louisiana.
This is going to be a 7.5 gigawatt data center fueled by 10 newly constructed natural gas plants. To put that in perspective, 7.5 gigawatts looks like the consumption of New York City on a winter day.
But look at that, that's the size of Manhattan. So that's superimposed over the island of Manhattan.
The path to building superintelligence requires us to unlock the most fundamental secrets of the universe.
Intelligent machines will soon allow us to conquer our most intractable challenges.
To develop new methods for the early detection of cancer.
To build a better future for all of us.
Simply put, to save lives.
Once online, its analytical power will be greater than the collective intelligence of every person born in the history of the world.
It's a project so expensive that it's being financed by one of the biggest private capital deals ever assembled. Meta now anticipates it'll spend $200 billion. The people of Richland, they're turning to Meta with hope and perhaps a sense of faith.
It's going to be generational, it's going to be transformational.
What happened? What did you do to my stomach? What's going on?
We've merely slipped a little package into your lower tummy, and you're going to transport something very special to us.
Somebody put it back inside me. I need you to take it out. It's leaking.
It is estimated most human beings only use 10% of their brain's capacity. Imagine if we could access 100%. Interesting things begin to happen. Yes?
Professor Norman, my name's Lucy. I just read all your research on the human brain. It's a little rudimentary, but you're on the right track.
Thank you.
Meta was able to clinch a deal that offered it quite a lot of benefits. And the question is, what does the community get in return? Richland Parish is named for that rich land born from the silt of the Mississippi River. It's got a deep and complicated history with ties to its cotton plantations. Production has largely shifted to soybean and corn, and there has been a cycle of economic hardship. Currently, a quarter of the population lives below the poverty line, and now many are looking to Meta to help with this economic revival. What Meta is doing here is spending hundreds of billions of dollars to build out infrastructure to fuel its AI ambitions. A lot of communities are rising up against data centers, so companies are getting smarter about ensuring they're building in places where local politicians are going to help clear red tape.
Professor?
What did you do? Take out the cores.
Revolutionary independence from technology, RIFT.
That's led the biggest companies to the south. In 2023, Mark Zuckerberg actually turned to his staff and he said he wanted the biggest data center to bring together 1 million GPUs, and his team set out looking for where to place a data center of this scale. Entergy Louisiana had caught wind that Meta was looking in the south, and so at the outset of 2024, they made their pitch.
Louisiana has before it one of the greatest economic opportunities I've ever seen. It's going to take leadership and execution.
Its CEO Philip May said they could provide all the energy that they needed, but more importantly, they could provide connections to getting a data center of this scale achieved at speed.
I have access to 28% of my cerebral capacity. I can feel every living thing.
Since when did you start writing Chinese?
Since an hour ago.
What happens when she reaches 100%?
I have no idea.
As this deal was being hashed out in 2024, it had earned the internal code name Project Sucre, the French word for sugar. Through public records requests, we learned how the negotiations unfolded. Meta had told Louisiana officials it would only move forward with the project if it received a tax exemption on expensive data center equipment like GPUs. Lawmakers weren't going to be able to introduce entirely new legislation because of where they were in the calendar. So, state leaders slipped Meta's demands into an unrelated rural broadband bill.
All the other southern states have adopted things like this, and that's why they're seeing these large investments that Louisiana so far has missed out on.
Meta promised 300 jobs at 150% the average annual state salary, or about $82,000 a year. And that number would push to 500 jobs a bit later on for Meta to reach the full tax incentive, say about an 80% reduction in property taxes on this broader facility. If Meta missed those targets, the deal wasn't nullified, it just reduced the potential tax incentives, and there was no requirement to hire locally.
They hit AI labs all over the country.
We're determined to stop any attempt at what you call transcendence.
We're looking at 5 weeks before his system shuts down.
When I'm gone, keep moving forward.
I won't let you go. We can upload his consciousness. We can save him.
Not like this. If we missed anything, how will you know who you're dealing with? Oh my God.
It's like my mind has been set free. I'm gonna need to expand. I need more power.
At the time that Meta began its search, something interesting was already happening with Louisiana politicians. Mike Johnson had unexpectedly become Speaker of the House, and there were other politicians, notably House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, also from Louisiana. Together, they were forming this coalition that lended an outsized power to the state of Louisiana in Congress. Throughout 2024, Senator Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee worked to advance the Kids Online Safety Act, a bipartisan bill that would hold social media platforms, including Meta, accountable for harms to minors.
Social media companies intentionally designed their platforms to addict our children and to profit from our children.
All this knowledge, you can unlock secrets that go beyond our universe. I'm not even sure that mankind is ready for it.
It's like all things that make me human are fading away.
Now, the bill had sailed through the Senate in the summer, and she had hoped it would sail through the House as well. But Representative Johnson raised what he said were concerns about free speech, and that really set Senator Blackburn back.
We had a guest a couple of days ago who suggested that one of the reasons you're not taking it up is because Meta, which would be impacted, is going to build a $10 billion facility for AI in northern Louisiana.
That's a creative argument. I mean, that's not even in my district, okay? Look, we're glad of the investment in Louisiana, but it has nothing whatsoever to do with this.
As of today, the Kids Online Safety Act still has not passed.
Get me online.
This is going well. Shut it down.
Shut it down! It's him!
Where are you going?
Everywhere.
your friend. They don't know the danger.
If she connects to the internet, the first thing it'll do is copy itself. And then there is no taking it down. The real will die.
Whatever it is, it's building an army out there.
Mark Zuckerberg didn't just want scale and speed, he wanted financial flexibility. So, Meta also enticed Wall Street giants into a months-long bidding war to finance the construction. The result was a joint venture which left Meta with just a 20% stake in the campus. The rest would be owned by the private capital firm Blue Owl, backed by $27 billion in debt from asset managers, including PIMCO. This structure kept debt off Meta's balance sheet while leaving it in charge of day-to-day operations. Richland Parish right now is a textbook boomtown. Some will tell you they anticipate it's going to be a city as big as New Orleans. Others fear it will be a ghost town. They want to know if those 300 to 500 jobs will be worth the disruption.
What is this?
It's evolution. This isn't evolution. It's an abomination.
What the hell's happening?
I'm able to fix them.
This has gone too far, Will. Stop it!
I don't understand. This is the future.
This is not our future. You're not here with me.
People are looking at their fields and rethinking, what does it mean for the land and its production to shift from corn and cotton to data? And begging the question, what happens if the promises that have been made to them are broken or don't pan out?
You've changed. Have you fallen out of love with me?
No.
Have you?
If we don't stop him, it will be the end of mankind as we know it.
In the house of God, everyone is welcome with open arms, even robots. Like it or loathe it, ChatGPT is part of society and now part of the congregation. As Germany's churches experience a drop in numbers of pastors, this church in the Bavarian town of Fürth has the answer by using artificial intelligence. During service, this avatar preached to more than 300 people for Mass. But can we really commune with robots?
I was pleasantly surprised at how well it worked, but one thing I definitely missed, of course, was simply emotionality.
It was exciting, interesting, but for me it was too monotonous. The avatar spoke too quickly. Sometimes you couldn't really think in your head during the service. It wasn't personal enough.
So, in this church, worshippers are no longer inspired by the words of a preacher. And while some may say this is sacrilegious, the theologian behind it insists this is the future of worship.
I would say 98% comes from the machine, generally speaking. And what we're going to see is an effort of us as human beings staying out of the church service.
The 40-minute service saw the bot writing the sermon, prayers, and even accompanying music. Intrigued and filled with anticipation, churchgoers queued for an hour to get front pew seats and find out just how it works.
I told the artificial intelligence, we are at the church congress, you are a preacher. And the motto is, now is the time. What would a church service look like? And then it spits out a rough framework first. And then you say, okay, now why don't you do this introduction? And then she writes this introduction. And that goes on and on. You end up with a pretty solid church service, I would say.
Whether you're a believer or not, the use of AI arguably brings services into the 21st century, allowing them to become more accessible and inclusive. But there's certainly no doubt it takes practice what you preach to a whole new level.
Celebrity has existed for centuries, and the way it exists now is not fundamentally different from how it used to be, but it has been really amplified, intensified, and made more ubiquitous because of changing industry and technological norms that have developed in the 20th century.
We revered stars and celebrities as a matter of culture for millennia. Ancient tales of immortal gods rising again and again after fatal injury, the veneration and deification of social and political leaders, Madame Tussauds wax museums, and the Academy Awards annual in memoriam. They're all facets of the human compulsion to put well-known thought leaders tastemakers, and trendsetters up on pedestals. And with a new, startlingly lifelike generation of generative AI now at our disposal, today's celebrities could potentially remain with us long after their natural deaths. Like ghosts, but still on TV, touting Bitcoin and metaverse apps. Cheating death has been an aspirational goal of humanity since prehistory. Technological advances since the Middle Ages have, thankfully, eliminated the need to carry around desiccated bits of our heroes as religious totems, and today's fans can connect with their favorite celebrities through the Star's catalog of work. Whether still alive or already deceased, so long as a big enough archive of the celebrity's work remains, digital avatars can be constructed in their stead using digital projection systems, generative AI, and deepfake technology. Take the recent fad of deceased singers and entertainers going back out on tour as holographic projections of themselves as an example. The projection systems developed by Base Hologram, which made headlines in the middle of the last decade for their spectral presentations of dead celebrities, used an effect known as Pepper's Ghost. Turns out the technique works just as well with high-definition video feeds as it did with the people wiggling in bedsheets by candlelight. The modern equivalent is called the Musion eyeliner, and rather than a transparent sheet of glass, it uses a thin, metallized film set at a 45-degree angle towards the audience. It's how the Gorillaz played live at the 2006 Grammy Awards and how Tupac posthumously performed at Coachella in 2012, but the technology is limited by the size of the transparent sheet. If we're ever going to get the Jaws 19 signage that Back to the Future 2 promised us, we're likely going to use arrays of fan projectors like those developed by London-based holographic startup Hypervision. Holographic fans produce a 3D image that appears to float in midair using the principle of persistence of vision. Strips of colored LEDs attached to spinning fan blades with a small computer controlling their flashes leave visible trails as they pass, from which the holographic image is constructed. What's more, many of these projector systems now offer streaming capabilities, allowing them to project live interactions rather than merely pre-recorded messages. Finally, Steve Van Zandt's avatar at the ARHT Media Holographic Cube at Newark International will do more than stare like he's not mad, just disappointed. And the digital TSA agent of tomorrow may do more than repeat rote instructions for passing travelers as the human ones do today. Getting Avatar Van Zandt to sound more like the man it's based on is no longer that much of a difficult feat either. The large language models that power popular chatbots like ChatGPT, Bing Chat, and Bard are already capable of mimicking the writing styles of whatever authors they've been trained on. Advances in the field of deepfake audio, more formally known as speech synthesis, and text-to-speech AI like Amazon's Polly or speech services by Google have all led to a commercialization of synthesized celebrity voiceovers.
You have reached your destination.
Where once a choice between Morgan Freeman and Darth Vader reading our TomTom directions was considered bleeding edge cool, today, companies like Speechify offer voice models from Snoop Dogg, Gwyneth Paltrow, and other celebs, or whose estates have licensed their voice models for use.
He's come out of nowhere and we don't know who he is.
What do we know about him?
He's leading desperate people.
So this is a cult?
We don't know who he's associated with. He could be creating an army. Or he could be leading them to their death.
What were you doing in Syria?
Delivering a message.
A message from whom?
My father.
And who is your father?
We've lost it.
What do you mean?
He just disappears.
No one just disappears.
We all witnessed a miracle. He saved my daughter's life.
You need to see this.
Bury it for as long as you can. He didn't just click his heels and end up here. He clearly had help. You get around Syria, Israel, Texas.
It's the nature of my work.
And what is that work?
God's work.
Who do you think he is?
You didn't see what I saw.
And if I did, would I be calling him the second coming?
How far will this new movement spread?
I'm going to find out everything about you.
This is bigger than what you can imagine.
trust in me.